Get it on the black.
Hi everyone. I am very tired. We got in at 3:30 in the morning after shooting that video, but I think it was worth it. Big shout out to my friend Martin who helped shoot this video. Obviously you can see the aesthetic was very different. We're pushing ourselves creatively on this channel, so I hope you like the aesthetic, I hope you like the creative direction, and I hope you enjoyed this ASMR atmospheric ambient video thing that we wanted to make. On this channel, I always like to leave you guys with like a lesson or something to take away. So I thought I'd give you a little behind the scenes look, a little tutorial, since I didn't say anything in what you just watched, and you might have questions on how we got some of these shots. So let's run through each location and how I got those photos. All right, so our first location is Nathan Phillips Square. This is like an iconic spot in Toronto. People love to shoot here because there's a giant sign that says Toronto. So right when you come up to this location, most of the time and most of the photos that I see from here are from like straight on. They just shoot kind of like eye level. It looks pretty good. But to take that a step further, what we actually did is I flipped my camera upside down, and I took advantage of the fact that these camera lenses are super, super close to the edge of this camera. The lower that you get, the closer that the lens is to the ground, which means you get an amazing reflection, and that's how I got that shot. So the second shot is this shot right here. I'm very, very proud of the shot because personally, I have never really seen it taken at this location. Most of the time people like to shoot the Toronto sign, and a lot of the photos surround the Toronto sign or the City Hall buildings. So what I noticed after I was like kind of looking around is I saw these leading lines, and there's kind of like a natural frame to the architecture of this building. So I was like, all right, how do we make this shot more interesting? Let's add a person, and also let's get more of those leading lines in the shot. One of the things I learned from my fiance, Lizzie, who's an amazing photographer, is to take advantage of those leading lines with a super wide angle lens. So on this, we have a super wide angle lens, and typically what I used to do in the past is I would just shoot the photo and I'd have a lot more of the ground in frame. I remember Lizzie told me one time, she's like, literally just tilt your camera up and you'll get more of those leading lines, and that would be a much better photo. So my lesson and takeaway is, don't forget to look up and point your camera up. You'll literally get better photos. All right, so my next location is at King and Bay, specifically between Bay and Yonge Street for anybody who's visiting Toronto or is from Toronto. I've never seen this spot shot. I discovered it one night when I was roaming around with Alan Palander, and I was like, ooh, this place is money. And the reason why is there's literally a building with giant windows that's always lit up, and the light is diffused, which you can use as like a main key. It's literally like this light here. So that's like our key light there. So after the key light, behind me in this photo, I have two really interesting light sources. I have a tungsten warm light on one side, and I have LED cool light on the other. And this just makes for like a really interesting photo. And to take that a step further, we're right on like the subway line and streetcar line. So literally streetcars are just going by all the time. So if you time it perfectly, you can get motion blur in the background. And while we were here at this location, I always try to make sure I bring water with me just so I can get reflection shots around the city at different locations. So what I was able to do with that reflection is grab this phone right here, kind of like dip it in the water, and then take this phone on portrait mode and take a couple photos, and then you get results like this, which is actually pretty dope product photography, and that was shot on a phone. So the next location is called Adelaide Courtyard. So this is like this one spot where all these like glass figures are, and I was like, ooh, these shapes would be amazing for like a portrait photo. So what we did is like the night before, Josh and I explored, we're like, all right, this location is really great. I took this photo, and I remember at the time I was like, ooh, these filters look amazing. But I wanted to take it a step further when we went and actually shot the video. So what I did is I wanted to go for like a super cyberpunk vibe. So I took these Nan lights, which I have, which are like RGB like tube lights that you can just change the colors on. So I picked pink, I picked blue, they looked great. Key light with like a blue light here, gave a hair light with the pink, and then we got results like this. And that in camera looked really good, but one of the things that this phone can do is it has built-in filters that you can put on while you're shooting your photos. I literally turned on cyberpunk, and I was like, oh dude, this photo is insane. And while we were there, I wanted to take advantage of the fact that there's a macro lens on this camera, and the minimum focusing distance is 2.5 centimeters. That's like focusing here. That's like right there. So what I did to get these photos right here is that I used a spray bottle, just sprayed the glass a little bit, took the Nan lights, kind of positioned them in different areas and bounced them off the glass, and I got those results. I can't believe that that's a phone. Straight up, phone technology is looking absolutely amazing these days. Genuinely super impressed with the quality out of this thing. All right, and the last location is the Flatiron Building in Toronto. Very iconic. You've probably seen a photo from here before. So one of the things I wanted to try out was the tripod mode that is built into this phone right here, which is the X50 Pro. So literally you turn it on and it gets you similar results to a tripod. So what I wanted to try to do was get motion blur, get some cars driving by, get some light trails, and I got these images right here. So yeah, tripod mode in this turned out actually really great. And one of the things that they wanted me to try out was the Astro Mode that's built into these cameras. But this is a city and there's tons of light pollution. So trying to get stars in a city just doesn't work. So my friend Sam, who's also working on this campaign, texted me a photo that he took in the California desert. Look at this photo for a second. That was shot on a phone. The Milky Way is in there. Literally, I actually can't even get results like that on my mirrorless camera. This stuff literally has like AI technology built into it. So it's like a super like 4-minute long exposure. And normally when you try to shoot stars and there's the Earth's rotation, you get like light trails. Somehow with its AI technology, it gets rid of the light trails and somehow the Milky Way shows up. So Sam, great photo. Vivo, great phone. And on that note, I thought I'd also just quickly mention that there is a contest running right now. So if you guys own a Vivo phone or have access to a Vivo phone, you can post a photo taken with your Vivo phone to win one of these bad boys if you use the hashtags in the links below. So if you guys have access to that stuff, go and try to win yourself one of these phones. All right, guys, and that is the end of the video. A big shout out to the team that helped put this together. I'm super proud of it. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's get back to the core of this video. ASMR time. I'm always worried this is gonna like jam into my face. Oh my god. How do I get this to stay? Don't move. Don't do it. I'm actually terrified now, guys. I'm really worried this is like jam into like a tooth, and then I'll have to go to the hospital because there's a microphone in my tooth, and then I'm gonna have to ask, "Oh, sir, how did you break your tooth?" I'll be like, "Well, I was trying to do an ASMR outro for my audience on my YouTube channel," and then the doctor will probably say something, "Oh, can you make money with that?" And then I will like die on the inside, and I'll be like, "I hate this. Why do I do these ASMR outros? Now my tooth is broken." Like, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, we put a lot of effort into it, and I want to remind you that we stayed up until 4 a.m, and you're just chilling, watching your video, and like watch. I'll watch me do what I'm doing right now. Oh, I like this video. So easy. Look, I have bags under my eyes to do this for you, and again, all you need to do, and then these bags will disappear. Do you really want me to lose teeth and have bags? Like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. I love you. I'm going to go sleep now. Bye.